Good morning. This is Kelly on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The same man may be behind two recent crimes that made headlines in Sioux Falls. Nathan Island appeared in court on burglary and grand theft charges. He's accused of breaking into his aunt and uncle's house and stealing guns, coins, and multiple vehicles. Following the burglary, the house started on fire.
According to court documents, one of those stolen vehicles ended up on fire in a field. Investigators say that same day, Iceland was admitted to the hospital with burns. The affidavit says he claimed to have burned himself by pouring gasoline onto a bonfire. The burning pickup isn't the only vehicle that's been recovered.
3 of the stolen vehicles were recovered in different places. There were some coins that had been stolen from the house that were recovered. The other pieces that were stolen from the house, we're still working on locating them.
At this point, Iceland is only charged in connection with the burglaries. Authorities are still investigating the fires. A highway in western South Dakota was shut down for a short time as crews battled a hay bale fire earlier this week. The Battle Creek Fire Department says it happened on Highway 79 just after 5 o'clock Sunday. Visibility on the highway was low due to the smoke. The department shared these photos of the scene.
Round bales on a semi-trailer had caught fire. One firefighter responded with a tractor and took over a dozen bales that were burning off of the trailer. Another firefighter was treated for heat-related illness but was not taken to the hospital. On the eastern side of the state, the Brookings County Sheriff's Office is investigating 2 hay bale fires that happened within a few days of each other.
The first happened Friday morning. Deputies and firefighters received a report of smoke coming from a hay shed. When crews opened the door, it caused the fire to grow. Deputies called in backup from neighboring departments. Crews were able to quickly extinguish the flames with little damage to the shed.
The second fire happened Monday afternoon. Authorities say a stack of large hay bales was on fire. Crews were able to quickly put the flames out. However, several bales were damaged. Damage is estimated to be $100,000. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munt for a check on this morning's conditions. Good morning, Scott.
All right. Good morning, Travis. Good morning, everybody. We still have some smoke in the air, so expect hazy skies for today. Temperatures will be warm or hot. Numbers in the 90s today to cover central and western South Dakota. 80-degree weather will be found in eastern Kettleland. Slowly warming as we do get into this weekend, as we are looking at temperatures to return to the 90s and the 100s. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. It's often called the American dream, home ownership. But in today's economy and with what's happening with the housing market, that dream is looking less likely to happen for a lot of young families.
That's why Congress is hoping to pass legislation to try and help. Senator Mike Rounds, who serves on the Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee, has been holding a series of roundtable discussions across the state.
What we're trying to do is to find out from folks who are actually working on housing issues within South Dakota what we can do specifically with regard to federal legislation.
Rounds says Congress has bipartisan support for key pieces of legislation that will also help cut through the red tape that will allow more affordable housing projects to get started. Over a week ago, the Delbridge Museum of Natural History closed and its taxidermy collection was decommissioned.
Following that announcement, Sioux Falls city officials spoke at a news conference at City Hall. Following that, we spoke with city councilors. Pat Starr and Marshall Selberg each appreciated the messaging at the news conference.
We're hearing from a lot of the folks that are emailing us. That's terrific. Just make sure that you've got your facts and you're studying the issue as we go forward. That's what we're going to do.
The Sioux Falls City Council is going to hear about this topic on Tuesday. Beverly Bosch is the daughter of Henry Brockhouse, the man who hunted and built the famous collection.
Bosch and her family listened in on the city's press conference regarding what comes next for the collection. She says it was upsetting hearing how her father's collection has been neglected and the mayor's remarks about the animals.
The mayor himself said, it's getting ridiculous. It's really getting ridiculous. Everybody's stopping for those darn animals. And it's not on my agenda. Now, what does that mean to you? If it's not on their agenda, he don't want them.
You can find more information about the collection status with this story here on KELOLAND.com.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast today. Well, we're looking at that smoky sky out there still around. I think that for most folks in eastern Ketherland, that'll still be a story. West River areas are definitely a little better, but getting hotter, and that's kind of the trade-off as that wind picks up, and you can definitely see that push of air coming up out of Nebraska. We've got mid-90s to upper 90s, pretty common there from Phillip to Rapid City. Sioux Falls still in the 80s today. Tonight we look for some winds to pick up a little bit more from the south. That'll continue to push some of the smoke out, but it also leads to warming numbers generally speaking. And I think that we get into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Labor Day itself, that looks plenty hot. In fact, near record highs. Look at the source of this coming in. We've got Canadian warmth. We've got pretty warm air draped in the southwestern part of the country. This all kind of merges and really amplifies our temperature forecast for the duration of the weekend. Even next week, if we get some cooling and a chance of rain on Tuesday, that may be short-lived. It looks like kind of the default is for temperatures to remain above normal. And remember, normal highs now are slipping into the upper 70s next week. So you got to remember that too. Even a high of 90 is quite a bit above normal. And so that's kind of the thinking here as we go toward that first week of September. 85 today, Sioux Falls, 88 in Mitchell, 90 the high temperature in Chamberlain. That 7-day forecast, 94 on Friday, 98 on Saturday, 100 degrees Sunday and Monday. The forecast for Aberdeen is also plenty warm. Could there be a small chance of rain tomorrow morning? Yes, there could be on the edge of this heat, but then once we get going here, we're going to be hot and dry. Tuesday represents that system coming out of the Rockies. We'll continue to monitor that, see how it gets its act together here. Hopefully it'll come out a little stronger than it looks like right now, but we'll put some rain in the forecast on day 7. Otherwise, I would just plan on mainly just hot and dry, and of course it's a drier heat too for much of western South Dakota in that 7-day forecast. Check out the details. We got a lot of information online at KETHLELAND.com.